Good morning, Maui. Jumping in, we got our surface analysis at 10:23. It's actually pushing a little bit back towards the islands, making that pressure gradient a little heavier. When we take a look at our wind earth map, we still have a 26-mile-an-hour east-northeast trade wind coming off of that. Yesterday ended up being a lot windier than it was the day before with all the moisture. Since it was dry yesterday, it played out clear wind and it was windy. If we scroll down, we'll look at the southern hemi and we'll see that there's another nice south swell being generated today. So that means we're getting south swell from 10 days ago's storm, and in 10 more days we'll still have more south swell. We got a east northeast wind at 10 on the crater. And jumping to our big island sounding, we see a nice diabatic line, and then it's capped off right underneath the thick 6,000 foot with a moderate inversion. So those clouds aren't going to get high, no super thunderstorms. It'll just be a relatively stable, normal day. Probably good for just about everything. Looking at Kauai, it still has a little bit of a confused look on its QT. Sorry, but we'll just stick with what the Big Island says. It's easier to read. We still are in a little bit of that humid air mass, but this light blue is the second best from being this dry or this dry, and everything's moving away, so we shouldn't get too much precipitation. Looking at a more detailed view, you don't see too many showers, too many clouds getting pushed in. It does look like these remnants of something over here might wash our way, but again, it looks pretty dry. And finally, that local Doppler showing us this little bit of cloud moving at a pretty easterly direction, not too fast. So it's just going to be moderate trades, almost no showers, nice mellow day. Looks like we got a little energy at our Pacific. Hurricane starting, hurry still moving. There's something else out there, and then we got that first low pressure kind of swinging down. It's supposed to push our winds away and give us that first north swell. Good old wind guru showing the wind to be backing off today and getting light for the weekend, maintaining east. Looks like the L could be good for the next week until Wednesday. I didn't go yesterday, it got a little windy, but I heard the guys had good flights. Hopefully we'll get off today. There's a south swell, so maybe you can get the surf, fly surf go on. High tide's going to be around 11, 12 o'clock today. Low tide at 5 earlier this morning, and again in the afternoons around 6. Early view of our south swell live feed at breakable cam. So we got some energy. Looks like a little bit of a south swell. Just pumping. It looked like it was head high last night. I was pretty bummed it wasn't. There was some surfing, and my favorite board delaminated, so I'm kind of just in a weird limbo of ideas of what should go down today. Taking a look at the sun, you'll see our active sunspot coming in. Not sending off too much energy yet. Maybe we'll save it for us. Plans for today, it's gonna be good. Pretty much anything. All flying, surfing. I haven't surfed South Swell in a while, so hopefully I'll go surf some South Swell. Maybe go hike and fly the L, land at sunset, and get that last little sunset surf at Breakwall. That's optimist game plan. Alright guys, have a good day.